Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to YOMP! Yes, this is YOMP. YOMPA. YOMP is an acronym. It stands for Ye Old Movie Podcast, and we also stand for our troops. I don't know. We're a movie discussion podcast, and we each of us, there's three of us, I'm one of them, we each of us have a curated list of films, and we roll dice to randomly pick what we watch and discuss. We are me, Simon the Honeydew Man Diggy Hole Lane, and I am joined by G-Star Games, who, much like life, is a bitch and is back in heat.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, why is he wailing on me already? And then I was like, that's a line from the movie.
Yay!
But that's not too far from how you usually talk about me anyway, so that's
honestly,
fine.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm the bitch in heat, and welcome to this episode of YOMPA, and I'm here to introduce Booth and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum.
Nice.
I'm all out of booth. We're actually all out of booth.
I'm all out of Booth. I'm so lost without you.
Oh.
That's beautiful. I'm going to cry.
I cried.
I'm just, I'm talking to my mum and she's like, oh, I never knew Walt Disney was from Lincolnshire. I went, oh, and I Googled it. I'm like, he's not. What the fuck? What the fuck, mother?
Oh my god. Unsubscribe from Disney Facts.
No, it's Lady Facts. Lady Facts.
Lady.
Oh my god. So who are you, Sophie? You want to...
I don't really know today. I'm Sophie. I'm also known as Booth. I've got a mother who is quite mad. I'll tell you more about that later. Welcome to YOMP.
Perfect. Welcome. Oh my god. We've nailed it as always, Lades. We've nailed it. Oh my god. We are watching... Well, we're not watching. We have already watched They Live, the John Carpenter film. Which I think, I worked it out, and I think it's my 8th favourite John Carpenter film.
How many films does he have?
Lots.
Really? Okay.
He's done a lot of good films, but this is pretty low down for me on the list. But it wasn't my pick. It was G-Star Games yet fucking again.
Oh, yeah.
The Dice Lover.
They do love me, but we have an experiment Sophie mentioned over the weekend. I don't know if you noticed, Simon.
Yeah.
I don't know how Simon feels about it.
He doesn't sound excited.
It's not going to make a difference, is it? You can't just change what numbers are associated with which.
Right, we'll try a different dice rolling thing then.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I suggested for everybody, that what about we change the numbers up because it keeps rolling on G, and if we change the numbers up, what happens? Will it still veer towards G? And, I'd say that's a fairly good experiment. Yeah. Or we could change the dice. We use an online dice rolling program. And as we know, there is no such thing as random number generation in computing. We'd have to be rolling real dice. But maybe a different program would give different results.
Yeah, we could try it. Did you find...
Of course I did not, no.
Okay, well, we will find. We will find. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm down. We'll keep the same number assignment and try a different program.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Sure. Okay.
All right, yeah. So
oh my goodness.
John Carpenter's They Live, your 8th favorite John Carpenter film for some reason. Okay, yeah, go
on. Gee, this was your pick. Why did you put it on your list?
So this is a movie I saw like quite some time ago. And I remember thinking it was odd. And I think John Carpenter's been at the front of my mind recently because obviously it's we're in the Halloween month, but also yeah, and also well, actually no, this has been on my list for a while, but it's actually fortuitous that it got picked because he has appeared on like one of my favorite bands albums recently.
Right.
Gunship. He does like the intro to like a couple songs. He does like the narration, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I thought, watch it today, see what I think about it. Was it as weird as I always thought it was? And yes, it is. Yes, it is, and we'll get into that. But yeah.
Excellent. Wow. I mean, it's a good pick. I mean, you can't go wrong with John Carpenter, really, can you? So it's a solid decision.
What's your favourite John Carpenter film?
Yeah, you said like out of
me.
Yeah.
Oh God, I really, really like Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, it's a goodie. It's a fucking goodie.
It's up there, but obviously there's The Thing. In the Mouth of Madness is on my list. Big Trouble in Little China is just fucking amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, Halloween is good, of course. The Fog, I don't really like The Fog. I think I'm gonna have to watch it again. But it doesn't really do it for me, It just doesn't work for me.
But yeah, I think I prefer it to Halloween and that. Except for Halloween 3, that's fucking cracking.
Vampires, I really liked.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
It's more modern, John Carpenter.
My favourite's Christine.
Oh, of course, Christine. Which you were named after.
I was named after because my dad loves the film Christine so much.
Oh, Sophie, you got to put that on. Well, if you don't, at some point I will, because I haven't seen that, and I would. I
should put it on my list. It's absolutely it's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love it so much, but
Assault on Precinct 13 is really solid as well. The Siege.
Do you know? I do like that one.
It's pretty, it's pretty straightforward film, but it's really good. The tension and I like
Halloween.
Escape from New York. Oh my God, Snake Plissken.
Yeah, Escape from LA.
Now, do you know I watched Memoirs of an Invisible Man relatively recently?
It's
fucking shit. Shit. Biggest pile of shit.
Yeah, he doesn't always hit it out of the park. We'll put it that way.
It's not great. Ghost of Mars is solid.
I don't like
Chevy
Ghost of Mars.
Chase. Oh.
Chevy Chase is in it, so he ruins it. I don't like Ghost of Mars. I don't really like it.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen it in ages, but
it's just like this nonsense B movie. It's just funny. Oh my God.
He did an Elvis movie? Question mark.
Did he?
Did he?
I think so.
Silence of the Hams.
No, it's just called Elvis with Kurt Russell.
Oh.
Was that a TV movie? What was that? Elvis?
It is a 1979 drama. Director John Carpenter.
Interesting.
Very interesting. He loves his fucking Kurt Russell, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I love him too.
He's a man.
Almost was in this film. Almost.
Oh, I should have been.
Instead of Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I'm glad they chose Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think I am. Not the strongest actor.
He's all right. Yeah, he's a bit.
Not the strongest.
He's got like
really
a bit
good
of
at fighting.
Oh my God! Yeah, far out.
That's the important thing.
This is it has my second favourite fight scene in a film.
What's your first then?
It's the scene in Mutant Hunt where Rick Gianassi is fighting some robots in his underpants. It's really good.
I wish I hadn't asked.
I'm glad you did.
It's such a fucking beef answer, isn't it?
My
God.
Check out my video on soft focus to have a look at that. Have a look at Rick Gianassi in his pants.
Yes.
Christ,
if you guys didn't know, Biff has her own YouTube channel where she looks at a bunch of these really niche and quirky things that I'm sure a lot of you will appreciate. It's
a
called
lot of you.
A lot of you, yes, and I'm that's a fact. And it's called Soft Focus on the YouTubes.
Yep.
All
Did a
right.
big in-depth look at Quantum Leap, which
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
let's talk about a film, shall we?
Yes, they live. So it starts off with our nameless protagonist, but he is listed in the credits as Nada.
Yeah,
I thought his name was George.
Yeah, George Nada is his name in the short story this is based from.
I never knew. I literally never knew that.
Because Nada means nothing.
Yep.
Nada.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some deep meaning behind that.
Well, he's
he is nothing.
What is he? He's a
hobo,
a
drifter,
vagrant.
Drifter. Yeah.
a vagrant, a homeless.
Just reminded me of what's it called? Rambo a little bit.
Yeah,
Transient man.
Transient man.
But he wasn't in a war, so he's not as messed up as Rambo.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know that he hasn't been in a war.
Exactly.
What war would he have been in?
The one which we've all forgotten about because it was only a little one.
That one, the little war.
The
it was
little
called
war.
that, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we had the Great War, didn't we?
That's true, yeah.
Right.
Which wasn't that great, really. It was pretty rubbish.
As far as wars go.
Trombone.
Yeah.
Wait,
G knows a lot about wars.
I love wars.
Can you say that joke again about the Great War?
It was called the Great War, but it wasn't actually that great, was it?
Okay. There we go. Fuck's sake.
Oh, I love that. I love you both.
So,
that's fantastic.
our protagonist is played by Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Canadian wrestler. Man, he's Canadian, right?
No idea.
He's a wrestler?
Sure he is.
That makes so much sense.
You don't know? Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
No,
I love
had
this.
no
This is
idea.
great. We're finding.
Jesus.
We learn every day's a school day.
Every day's a school day.
He was a very, very famous, successful wrestler in the WWE, as it was at the time.
The World Wildlife Federation.
Oh no, it was WWF at the time. That's right. Yeah. I got it the wrong way
around.
around.
He fought pandas and that.
He did. He fought a panda, beat the shit out of it.
great.
Anyway, right. We got to get on track. Okay, so our drifter Nadar is arrived in Los Angeles, and he's looking for a job. He heads to a job center, and a mean old lady says there's nothing available for him right now, which, seems a bit harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah, she seems like she just does not give a fuck, but that looks like your average government worker, really, in America.
Yeah.
Also in the UK. You ever tried to sign on in the UK?
Oh, God. Computer says no. It's basically
Everyone's a fucking wanker.
So bad. They
It's
just don't
like
care.
you walk in there in a wheelchair and they're like, have we tried construction? Like,
You walk in there with a wheelchair.
Leave her alone.
You're just holding the wheelchair.
That is what you just said.
You're just holding the wheelchair.
So, basically, LA is in a bit of a state. There seems to be an economic downturn at the moment. There's homeless people everywhere. The job center is just rammed with people. Things look quite bad. But to be honest, it kind of looks like how things are now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. There's a street preacher who is ranting in a square or a park, and he says, "They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth." It turns out that's quite funny that he used the word blinded.
Well, I didn't
blind.
I didn't realize he was blind until our main protagonist goes into the church scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're supposed to know at that point.
I did think he looked like he was struggling to see in the beginning, but I was like, oh, maybe it's just a sunny day or something. Like, no, actually, it was raining.
He needs sunglasses. Fucking hell. So Nada is listening to him, but he notices a cop car arrive and he just sort of makes off. He doesn't want any trouble. And that night he's just sort of sleeping or trying to sleep in a alleyway somewhere, and he sees through a window this man is transfixed watching telly.
Did you notice before that the police actually come out with truncheons, like armed?
They're ready to beat the shit out of people.
They're ready to beat the shit out of the street preacher. It was just when the preacher was there. They were coming for him. And I wrote, Roddy loves watching telly so much, he looks through windows.
That is creepy. Oh, he does also walk past a window that's filled with these TVs, and they're showing a broadcast from Cable 54.
You never get that anymore. Windows full of tellies.
No, you don't.
No, because people just break the window and steal the tellies.
That's true. I've seen that a lot recently, actually.
Yeah.
People just like, going in, stealing a bunch of shit, running out like the Roadrunner. But yeah, I just think it was odd when the cops pulled up, like, ready to take this poor I'm like, is preaching and ranting like that illegal? I assume. Are they in like LA or something? Where are they? Or is it like unidentified?
This is LA.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how we know that.
I kind of got the vibe when we're at that woman's house. It looked very LA. The
They're
house on the hills, yeah.
Yeah. In the morning, Nada visits a construction site, and he's just hired. And I put in my notes, he probably just had to take his shirt off to show the union rep his body, and they just hired him on the spot.
Yeah, he does take his shirt off immediately as a celebration. So if they say it is a union job, and it's like, I don't understand any of that. I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. When he mentioned the union thing, I don't know if you know, Simon.
Yeah, I'm not sure the significance of it, but I mean, Nada knows to ask for the shop steward, who's the union rep.
Okay,
and so I think because he talks the talk,
I think because back then with all the what was that Italian guy? Is it Jimmy Hoffa? No, Hoffa? With
Mario?
No, all the unionizing and stuff. Like there was like a lot of mob activity and like with the pension stuff, and they don't want them to unionize because there's more of a government structure to that. Whereas before it's like, you could just sort of bring people on with like very little paperwork, not so much of a paper trail. And, like, you can just do whatever you want, basically.
You just exploit people.
Yeah.
It was, like, in the 70s, but...
Well, this is 88-ish, I think. What was it?
Yeah. Maybe someone can let us know why that was a big deal. At the end of his shift, the boss warns him that he can't sleep on the site, because he knows he's just a homeless drifter. But luckily, his co-worker, Frank, who's played by Keith David, who looks so fucking young in this movie.
I was like, this is the youngest I've ever seen Keith David.
How old was he in the... when was the thing that was after this? Yeah, right? 82. Oh. So... Oh, shit,
older in 82 than he did in 88.
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Frank, his co-worker, says that he knows a place where he can get hot food and a shower, and he's headed that way. Nada just sort of looks at him and doesn't say anything. But he ends up just following him.
Yeah. I think he thinks Keith David is gay for offering to help him, but then he follows him anyway. He's like, hey, I know where you can get some hot food and a bed and whatever. And he's like...
All you got to do is suck a few dicks and, yeah.
The whole scene made no sense to me, and especially his line afterwards. I don't like anybody following me unless I know why. I was like...
You just I think he's going that way anyway.
Issues. They got trust issues.
No, I mean
Frank is the angriest man in this whole film. He's always angry. He's
got
always
reasons
yelling.
to be, though. He's been trodden down by the man.
Yeah. I agree.
Turns out the man isn't a man at all. Spoilers.
Well.
Actually, there are plenty of men as well that are shits.
Exactly.
We'll get there. So there's this shanty town. This park has been taken over with all these little huts that people have put up, which look like they're made of cardboard.
All the chairs are really, really clean, though. Like, they look brand new.
Yeah, there's a guy there who's got a bunch of nice chairs, and Frank seems to know everyone there, including Gilbert, who is in charge of the soup kitchen, which isn't a kitchen because it's outside.
Some good-looking food there. Like
they get really nice-looking food, don't they?
Yeah,
and it's pretty. You expect it to kind of just be slop.
Yeah, it's like very green veg, very like...
There's vegetables, yeah.
Very nice.
Better food than prison.
Oh, well. Yeah, very true.
Frank explains that he came from Detroit. He left his family behind 6 months ago in order to move to LA to get a job.
Yeah.
Like all the plants are closing, all the factories are shut down. There's no jobs for anyone. And Nada kind of says that he has faith in America and the system, and that he knows that he'll make it one day.
I said I wrote down Roddy believes in America, which is why he's homeless and jobless.
Yeah. I think it's the typical sort of mindset of a lot of Americans that they're just down on their luck, and things will turn around in the future. And of course, that only happens to like the very, very small percentage of people.
Americans love to be Delulu, I think. They love the delusion of the American dream that if you work hard enough, if you like work to the bone and you will achieve your dream. It's going to happen.
You'll make it.
As
long as you don't get sick.
Don't get sick.
Then you're fucked.
Then you have to take out a second mortgage just to, get rid of a cold, a couple...
You'll have to start making meth.
Yeah.
Walter Hartwell White. But yeah, he's like, you ought to have a little more patience with life. I'm like, dude, come on. You don't know this guy's story. I think he's entitled to feel the way he's feeling right now.
Yeah. But I mean, it shows that Nada's kind of easygoing. He has hope. And Frank is like bitter and downtrodden. Frank basically thinks that everything's rigged. The system's rigged against people like him.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Well, yeah.
He's right. In real life and in the movie. The residents of this shanty town have got like a TV set up, and they're watching it when the broadcast is hijacked by a strange bearded man that doesn't not look like Orson Welles.
It really does.
Apparently, this is the second time it's happened this evening.
Gives everyone a headache, too.
It gives people a headache just watching it.
Those damn hackers.
This man is... I mean, I could read out the whole thing. I don't know if I want to.
No, don't bother.
Essentially, he says that people are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep. And there's a resistance that has only just been set up 8 months ago. There's discovered there's signals that are being sent, and the idea is that humanity has been lulled into a trance by something or someone, and of course he just sounds like an insane man. And yeah, they're getting headaches. But we see the preacher, and he's like mouthing along to the words, like he knows it off by heart.
Yeah.
And we also see Gilbert approaches the preacher, and they have like a kind of an argument, and they walk to a church nearby.
Like ushering him in because he forgot his lines.
Nada is just fucking spying on. He's like peepers at everything. He's just like, what's this all about? It feels like he's very nosy. He's a very nosy man.
Frank doesn't like that. He gets really angry with him all the fucking time.
Yeah. In the morning, Nada bumps into Gilbert, who's leaving the church, and he calls him out on this. But Gilbert is like, "Oh, the church just let me use the kitchen," and Nada's like, "At 4 a.m?
It's a long time to cook all of that lovely dinner."
Yeah. We get another little hijack on the TV set that says, "More and more people are becoming poor. We are their cattle. We are being bred for slavery. We cannot break their signal. Our transmitter's not powerful enough. The signal must be shut off at the source." And this is basically like the main thing of the film.
Yeah.
And people again complain about their weird headaches. Gilbert just legs it across the road back to the church because the signal's been cut off. And he's responding to this for some reason. Nada follows him, and outside the church we can hear that all these people are singing. Nada heads inside, and he discovers that there are just these cardboard boxes just fucking everywhere. Yeah. And there's a weird there's a table filled with like chemicals, but it looks like something from a film set. Like all the chemicals are different colors. Like there's the blue chemical, the green chemical, the pinky chemical. It's like, yeah. I mean, a lot of chemicals are just like completely transparent. They just look like water.
Yeah, they're not like,
it just
very
looks like
wacky
props from a movie.
Yeah. Well, I think he said that they used because he was like, yeah, we used the church kitchen to make and prepare the food and stuff. But then you go in there and it's just it's like a makeshift like meth lab almost.
Yeah, crossed with like just a warehouse. And I mean, more importantly, there's a bunch of things that look like lenses for sunglasses, which is strange. I don't know why they would just have those.
I didn't even clock onto that until obviously the box scene. Interesting.
Yeah. And also like on the wall in giant letters, it says, "They live, we sleep."
I did notice that.
That's scary. Walking into a church and seeing like something like that written on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse stuff written on the outside of a church. You know, those little... they go on about stuff, don't they? Like, talking about... like the really extreme cases about homosexuality and all that kind of stuff. Like, the really overt ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not graffiti. That's just the church's, like, a sign that they paid for.
Yeah, but... Oh, I thought you meant the sign on the outside. Sorry. I thought you meant the one that they put the letters in.
No, this is graffiti on the inside of the church. It would kind of give the game away if they had that on the outside.
Well,
this is supposed to be a covert operation.
Yeah, this is supposed to be clandestine because people, obviously, the big guys don't want them to know anything.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true.
Oh, and what's more, there's a reel-to-reel tape player that's playing the voices singing. So there ain't people singing in this church.
Yes.
And we see next door, Gilbert is there, and he's complaining about the signal being weak and just going out after a few seconds. And we see our Orson Welles guy, the guy from the broadcast that was hacked. He says that it's time to send out the shipment onto the street. And there's also a guy that stood there that has a pair of sunglasses, like tucked in to the top of his sweater. Huh, strange. But it is quite bright in Los Angeles, so that's natural. Nada stumbles backwards and accidentally discovers there's a little hidden compartment with a bunch of boxes inside. Which is strange, because there's boxes everywhere. So why are these boxes in the little hidden cache? Huh. He replaces the door to the cache, and he immediately bumps into the preacher, who just sort of fingers his face. This is when we realize the preacher is blind. The preacher even says about, I may be blind, but I can see, which is like a line every single blind character in a movie seems to say.
It's like they're trying to convince themselves, and it's like, no, it's not working. You can't see. You're blind. That's the point.
It's harsh but true. It's harsh. The preacher feels Nadar's hands, and he knows that he's okay because he has the hands of a working man. So he can't be sus.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's not one of them. There's a helicopter circling overhead, and the people from the church come outside, and they all put their sunglasses on to have a look at it. But it is quite bright out, and they don't want to damage their eyes, so that's fair enough. Nothing suspicious about the sunglasses. There's a guy in the camp who's directly referencing the events of Prince of Darkness as though they have happened in this universe of They Live, which I was very impressed. I clapped, I stood up and I clapped at my computer monitor. Obviously, Keith David has not seen Prince of Darkness, so he doesn't understand the reference. Well, that's okay. We have Nada spying on the people that have left the church. They're loading boxes onto the back of a truck, and he's got a pair of binoculars that he borrowed from someone in the camp so he can spy on them. Like, my dude, why is this your business? Why are you so interested in spying on people?
He was
interesting.
It is, but he's also like, his character is just bizarre in the sense that he's so easygoing and so go with the flow. And then suddenly you see his character change from not really caring so much to being very nosy, very like, it's bizarre character arc in my opinion, but
it feels a bit contradictory that he is so easygoing, yet he's also the nosiest fucking person in the world.
Yeah.
That gets in people's business.
Yeah, exactly.
Nada tells Frank that he discovered this shit in the church. Frank just doesn't want to get involved at all. He's quite sensible. He says, I got a job now and I plan on keeping it. I just keep walking a white line. And Nada says, white lines in the middle of the road. That's the worst place to drive.
That really pisses Frank off. He goes, I need to get out of here. He gets really mad.
So, oh my God. There's a lot of these lines that Nada has just feel like he's an action hero and he has the one-liners. And that is exactly what he is, I guess. But it's a bit corny. But it's fun. That night, Nada is fucking still spying on the church. And that helicopter's back. People suddenly start running out the church. Vehicles speed off. Gilbert and the bearded Orson Welles guy manage to drag the preacher across the street. And the cops arrive on the scene. And there's a lot of them. And just when you think that's a lot of cops, even more show up. And a fucking bulldozer arrives as well.
So bizarre. My God.
The cops break into the church. The bulldozer drives through the shanty town, just knocking over everyone's houses.
Bloody fault, is it? They're just like, that's not their. Did you see that the truck? There's a truck that pulls up and it's like scientific investigation on the back of it as well.
It's like a riot van, but it's got that weird thing on the back.
Yeah.
And the bulldozer, the camp, it's completely like unaffiliated with whatever's going on in the church. But they're just like, we hate the homeless people, fuck them.
Yeah.
And then the coppers are beating up the church guys around the back.
A bunch of riot cops come into the shanty town and just beat the shit out of everyone that doesn't just flee.
Yeah.
Nada kind of watches this with a real dumb look on his face.
He's standing there. Why isn't he getting beaten up as well? He's just kind of standing there.
He looks like he's half confused and half amused. Like he's got this kind of bemused kind of look on his face. Very odd. The town is completely fucking destroyed, and we see the riot cops are just railing on, and not in a sexual sense.
Yeah,
they're
I was going to say
the shit out of.
when railing is usually used in the context of sexual intercourse.
Is that right? they're rooting the bearded guy, and then the blind preacher.
Sorry, funnily enough, in Australia, root is slang for sex.
Yeah, I know, that was why I said rooting.
Joke.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, this has been Yomp.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Jesus Christ. So the cops just beat the shit out of a fucking old man with a beard, much like myself, and a blind preacher. It's harsh.
Much like myself.
I do like the discourse around, I think it was Keith David's character. I forget his name.
Frank.
He was like, oh, it kind of makes sense in a way. At the turn of every century, you know, people sort of like lose their minds, right?
Oh yeah, the Prince of Darkness bit.
Yeah. I did like that, because I was like, I guess if it was gonna be anything, people, especially like the superstitious kind, would be like, oh, it's a new century, something's gonna happen. But that only happened for us in 2012, when we thought like meteors were gonna hit the planet and the world was gonna end.
Yeah.
You remember that?
There is, what's it called? Mal de fin de Cécile or something. It's like a French term. It was invented before the end of the 19th century, where they were like, everything's changing. You know, we don't know what the future's going to be like. Everything's in like upheaval. Everything's like getting worse. You know, everyone's gay, or you know, women want to work. Like there was like this feeling of like moral decay and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the turn of a century, is that the point though?
Yeah, of the 19th century.
Gotcha.
So it's crazy that these aren't like new things. You know?
It's because human beings want to find patterns in things. So they just say that it's because of this.
Yeah.
Even if it isn't.
Just a number that doesn't really mean anything.
They just start paying attention to things at certain points and then go, oh, it's because of this.
Yeah.
Correlation does not equal causation.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good in fiction, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Nada sees some, like... I called him a kid, but he looks like he's in his 20s. This young lad. And he, like, grabs his hand and they run away from the police. They almost get, like... almost like a cop car almost drives into them. And they just hide into the nearest building and the police don't follow them into it.
That's what I thought. I was like, why I mean, they're safe now. Phew.
Yeah. And it's lucky because there's a bunch of other people from the camp hiding there, including this kid's family.
Well, I didn't know if it was his family or not, because he just says, you go there. And he gives them to this couple. I was like, I don't know whether it's his family or not.
Maybe they're not even...
hands it off.
Because the way that the guy I thought he was his dad was like holding him, I was like, yeah, that must be his dad.
Must be.
A stranger wouldn't hold a young boy like, maybe he would. Oh God.
Oh no.
Basically, the next morning, everything is destroyed apart from a fucking TV set.
Yep.
These people have lost everything, and they didn't even have anything really to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Harsh.
Do you like the guy that was smoking in that house? He was like, is this the start of World War III? I was like, it's one fucking police raid, man. One thing.
Yeah, but it's a bit fucking excessive, though, right? Like, it's just a homeless camp, and literally, like, a fucking SWAT team flies in with a bulldozer and helicopters.
It's almost reminiscent of. Do you know what? Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Oh no.
Yeah, these kind of things happen across the world.
I also put the preacher is swinging with the power of Christ, because I remember when he was getting like beat up by the cops. Fuck me, they were going ham. But he was putting up a good fight. He was
trying.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get hit by his stick or whatever he had. His walking stick?
His walking stick, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Nada goes back to the church and he breaks into the secret cache. He finds a box inside and takes it with him to a back alley away from like prying eyes. And he sees inside of it are just loads of pairs of sunglasses. Weird.
He's quite mad about it as well. It's like, shit. He's mad about having all these sunglasses. He's like, this is pointless, isn't it?
Like, was he going to steal something if it was valuable? Like,
yeah, I think so.
That's messed up.
He wanted to know. Well, I think he wanted to know what was going on. And when he finds sunglasses, he's like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Biff's got a point. You know, you go in there expecting to find something, you know, a bit more than just sunglasses, because you're just like, what? They're just selling sunglasses on the like.
They raided this place. They got really mad over some sunglasses.
Right.
What a fucking joke.
So he wasn't looking for like drugs. He was looking for answers, maybe. I think he was looking for drugs.
I think he was looking.
I think he was looking for drugs. They got the fucking the chemistry set. He thought they were dealing drugs from this place. I'm pretty fucking sure. And he looks in the box in his sunglasses, and he's gutted that it isn't like crystal meth. That's what I think. But he tries on.
I was just gonna say, he doesn't come across like a drug, drug user.
No, because he sells it. He's smart.
I guess, but I feel like he'd be in a better position in life if he did do stuff like that. But maybe he just like lucks out all the time, I guess.
The opposite of lucks out. Or isn't lucks out being good?
Yeah, sorry, lucks out is a good thing. He
lucks in.
Lucks in. Oh, God.
So he tries on a pair of these sunglasses to see how they fit. After he hides the box inside of a trash can, which seems like a real dumb fucking thing to do, but
he doesn't want anyone else to steal all his new sunglasses that he can sell. He can open a sunglasses hut with that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Get a few bucks. And he looks up at first of all, he notices that everything's in fucking grayscale when he puts on the sunglasses.
Hardcore UV protection right there.
yeah. And then he looks up at a billboard and it reads obey. He takes off the sunglasses and it's an advert for computer. He looks at a billboard with a beautiful bikini lady and she turns into the words marry and reproduce. There's a sign for Mises Men's Apparel and it says no independent thought. A sign in the window reads consume rather than close out sale. And all across the city there are signs that say sleep, stay asleep, submit, watch TV, buy, conform, and so on.
And I'm like, these are all great ideas. I will do that. Thank you,
sleep.
Billboards.
Okay.
Stay asleep, watch telly.
That's why
and buy things.
You woke up with a headache today.
This is
oh my God!
Dizzy and awful.
Oh, shit, we're putting the pieces together.
Oh my God!
This is why I felt so awful when I woke up, because I watched They Live and I was like, I need to actually consume,
sleep,
consume cereal bars, sleep with cats on top of you.
I've had some Ritz crackers, so I am trying.
Good.
That's good. There's a bunch of magazine covers at this stall, this newsstand.
I really liked this part because I was like, what the fuck is he looking at? That it has just this like, this row and row and row of like, what looks like a magazine or a book or whatever. And I thought that was so cool. I thought that was such a nice shot of the movie.
There's like just dozens and dozens and dozens of magazine covers, and they're all like completely white with the words honor, apathy, doubt humanity, follow, no ideas, surrender. And he picks up a magazine, flicks through it, and it says things like do not question authority, no imagination. So these are subliminal messages that you can only see when you got the sunglasses on. But somehow, normal people, these messages go through into their brain and they obey them. And my question is, Lades, if you could put subliminal messages in things that everyone would see to bend the will of humanity, what would you put in the messages? What would they read?
Be excellent to each other.
Oh. And party on, dude?
Yeah. And subscribe to Booth.
Nice. I respect it.
Oh, you got to respect the grift. Yeah.
just put nice things. The people would chill out so much if you could subliminally message people to just be like, "Hey,
love each other.
Just let it go, man. It's not a big deal.
Live,
Make
laugh,
friends.
love.
Live, laugh, love. Oh my god.
We've got it.
Oh, holy shit.
He's in pain.
Yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt, but it is very funny. My God. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad that you had a funny answer for that. Fantastic. You succeeded.
I was going to say get your grippers out, but, you know.
You can have 2 billboards. You're allowed to.
Okay. Well, that'll be my other one then.
Get those grippers out.
Get those grippers out.
Wearing shoes is unnatural.
Oh, for God's sake.
Air those feet. Show toes.
Get a pedicure.
Well, I do like a good pedicure.
I've never had one.
Had one once. Do it again. I really want to go get like a professional massage. I need it. There's 30 years of demons in this body.
Oh my God.
I need to exercise the demons.
They're going to have sage burning. They're going to have a priest on standby.
I think the only solution is we need like a really, really big blender and just put you in it.
Oh.
Turn you into like some kind of nice smooth slurry.
Yeah, and then just like...
And then you'll finally be relaxed.
Yeah, then like just pipe me into a sausage-shaped person.
Yeah.
Do you think G would be like a living sponge, where if you blend up a sponge, they reconstitute themselves?
No, I don't think that works for humans. No.
Okay.
No,
I
more
think
like
she'd
slime.
be dead.
Hang on. I'm gonna write that
Yeah.
down.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so
He's at the
Nada
newspaper
looks up-
stand, and there's a person.
Nada looks up from his magazine, and there's an alien stood there who asks him, "What's your problem?" The alien looks a bit like a skinless corpse wearing a wig, with really weird eyes. They're like dark, massive eyes, but they got like a sort of sparkly
They're like glass globes.
pupil. Strange.
So,
But it's obvious. It's very, very obviously an alien that he's looking at.
Yeah, I put alien ? Ghoul ? Like,
could be a ghoul.
looks pretty ghoulish to me. Because like when we think
Yeah.
of like, you know, people in suits or the top 1%, I think they're, you know, pretty ghoul-like more than an alien.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's literally like the message of the movie.
Yes, I
really.
know, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying in general, like that's how I perceive them. Ghouls. But I think in this, they're aliens, right?
They are aliens from outer space.
Yeah.
Nada removes the sunglasses, just gawping at the guy, and it's just some normal dude. But then he puts the sunglasses back on, and it's an alien. He's really not subtle about doing this, just staring at the man. And the guy that runs the newsstand, even the bills that he's holding have a subliminal message on. It says, "This is your god," on the money. Which is a bit on the nose.
I really like that, but yeah, it's on the nose, but still pretty cool. Still gets the message across.
Yeah. He also sees on top of the traffic lights, there's like a little mini satellite buzzing, turning around, and it's broadcasting the word sleep, sleep, sleep over and over again.
Yeah, I put, oh my God, is this why I feel sleepy all the time? There must be a van near my house echoing sleep over and over again.
I think it's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Ah! Oh,
My carbon monoxide detector broke, and every day at 4 a.m. it would beep, and I'd be running downstairs trying to figure out why the fuck it was beeping, because I was like, do I have a leak? No, it's just malfunctioning.
I think it could just be the battery needs replacing.
Well, I changed the battery and it still did it. So I was thinking, that's absolute shit, that.
Yeah.
So now I don't have one. I'm just like, well, I'll die
God.
then. I'd rather just die than have to listen to beeping at 4 a.m.
Do you have a gas stove?
I do, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you've got your boiler, that's powered by
gas. Boiler. Got a wood-burning stove.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's been nice knowing you.
Oh, maybe the cats will be like canaries in the mine. And, you know... Oh, God, that's quite dark, isn't it? Jesus.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Nada walks past a hair salon, and there's a couple of aliens having their hair done.
Can we go back a second? Right, because why does the alien man, why is he buying the papers if he can see all the subliminal messaging? It's just going to look like fucking boring bullshit to him. Why is he spending money on that?
No, I don't think he can see the subliminal messaging. I think he can see the normal stuff.
Right.
It's just for humans. Only humans can see those messages.
Okay.
And not even realize that they're seeing them.
Yeah. So I think it still looks like, Reader's Digest or whatever the fuck they're picking up.
Yeah, there's aliens everywhere, basically. There's an alien loading shopping into a car. There's a supermarket just with fucking shitloads of aliens in every aisle. And of course, all the packaging for all the food has got these subliminal messages on plain white packaging. And in the store where Nad is just sort of like walking as though he's in a dream, he sees a TV, because there's fucking TVs everywhere. And there's an alien talking into a microphone, and I think it's like a politician addressing people.
Mm-hmm.
And Nada laughs, and he's like, it figures it'd be something like this.
Is the politician, is he actually saying that stuff? Like, is that genuinely what he's broadcasting? Or is it just the sunglasses making him hear?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because how can sunglasses make him...
Yeah.
I had the same...
Because I was thinking that with the traffic lights saying sleep, how is he hearing that?
Well, they do... There's the... It's not just... audio, it's not just visual stuff, it's audio stuff, just like the sleep van, right? And the signal that's emitting for them to be able to like receive all of the information they're seeing and hearing into how the aliens want them to see and hear things. Right?
I think, once you put the sunglasses on, the spell is broken because your brain is now taking in these things.
Yeah, but there's also the point of when you wear the sunglasses for too long.
Yeah, it's changing how your brain is processing things. So I think that can also affect like your hearing as well, because your brain is now changing. Back to how it should be, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, in this supermarket, some old lady bumps into him. And she says, "Oh, sorry." And he says, very rudely, "You look like your head fell in the cheese dip back in 1957.
Fucking fire insult, dude.
Uncalled for, though.
No.
Like, what the hell? But
no, absolutely not.
She's an alien, though.
This
isn't just a normal sweet old lady.
She bumps into him, doesn't even look where she's going. She groans. And she does
rolls her eyes.
Yeah, rolls her eyes, does the most dramatic turn.
He was just standing there like an idiot watching the telly.
I'm sorry, but like even if someone is just standing there, you don't just like knock into them, even if they are just idly standing there. Like you have the power.
I bloody do. Get out of the way! Get out of the bloody way! I don't want to do my shop.
I'm blaming Simon for what happens to me on the daily basis as well.
Yeah, I mean, same.
I just want to do my shopping in peace.
Wants to get all variations. I want to get
my
cereal.
biscuit.
Her bickies and her cereal bars.
My bickies.
She wants the bickies. But I thought the woman was rude. But he was a little out of pocket. Just a little out of pocket with that one.
I mean, it gets worse, and he also gives the game away a bit, because, well, not a bit, because he, like, points at a human lady, and he says, "You're okay," and then he points at the alien lady, "This one, real fucking ugly. I take these glasses off. She looks like a regular person. I put them on, formaldehyde face."
I love that.
But he's just revealed, like,
what's
idiot.
going on. Yeah, but I think he's shook. He's fucking shook. Like, what is going on? Like, I think it's shit.
Like with Harry Potter and the Horcrux, or like the ring in Lord of the Rings. You know, when you've got the thing that's letting you see into this other sort of plane of existence, it starts getting to your head. It's overloading.
I think he's just a fucking idiot.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just a tool.
He is a bit, honestly.
It's just, I think his character progression is so bizarre. It's just bizarre. But again...
He turns into Arnie.
No, he turns into freaking Rambo. First Blood.
Yeah, it's more accurate, yeah.
Listen, a vagrant or someone who, like, doesn't, a roaming sort of traveler or whatever, they don't conform to society's whatever, right? So it's not the most, like, left field thing for him to be acting so against, the structures of society, and when things are sort of coming down on him like they are, with people ganging up on him and the cops are chasing after him and stuff, and he's getting more and more...
This is a guy who believed in the American dream, who had hope that the system was fine and he just has to work hard.
Yeah,
that fucking goes away just in an instant.
I agree with you. It is a little contradictory, but I think that's also part of the delusion. I think he's a delusion that a lot of people harbor in America.
Right.
And that he obviously has. Because if the American dream was, like, so, like, good and such a force of positive for him, he wouldn't be this person just roaming around, without a place to call home and stuff. So it's very contradictory in a lot of ways.
Well, I mean, that hope that he has is just, I guess, because of all the messages, the signals and everything.
Maybe, yeah.
Also, Americans are quite brainwashed from an early age to be patriotic in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Some Americans.
Yeah. I do
it's
like...
not as often these days.
I do like speaking to, like, Americans who aren't, like, completely brainwashed. I know it's, like, really harsh to say, but there's just a lot of really ignorant Americans out there.
Yeah, but all the ones we know, they're the good ones.
They're the good guys.
Yeah, in case any of them are listening to this.
Americans are always the good guys.
Yeah, if you're American and you're listening to this, you're also one of the good ones as well. So, good for you. Thumbs up.
You. We want you.
So this old lady that he was rude to speaks into her watch. "I've got one that can see." And all the aliens in the store just look.
They start mumbling into their
Nada.
watches all at the same time.
A bunch of them are mumbling stuff, giving his like appearance, just saying what he looks like, where he is, and they all slowly start walking towards him, like kind of like zombies. So Nada just gets the hell out of there. He leaves the store, but then he's immediately distracted by an alien lady who's like tidying her hair in the reflection of a window, and he says, "That's like that's like pouring perfume on a pig."
I love that
Which is a
insult.
bit of a tongue twister.
He's got so many banger insults, but I guess it makes sense because he's a wrestler, and I think that they do that sort of stuff in wrestling.
Exactly.
I mean,
the famous line was going to be used in wrestling, and he never got round to it. And then he told John Carpenter it, and John Carpenter was like, "Yeah, we're putting that in the movie.
Hell yeah.
We're using that." Anyway, a cop appears and shoves him into an alleyway with his cop partner in the cop car behind him. And the cop's like, "Where do you get those glasses?" And
Amazon.
our hero replies, "Tooth Fairy."
That is the dumbest thing.
Ugh,
the dumbest thing you could say. And I mean, I guess you're looking for a snap back to say it. But you could literally just say anything. The Tooth Fairy. When does the Tooth Fairy ever give you anything except little coins? Or teeth?
He was just talking smack to this cop.
Right.
And he also, like, insults how he looks, and the cop says, "You look just as shitty to us as we do to you."
Now, again, we see earlier that there's a woman who's got her husband, an alien woman with a human husband, and he's packing things into the car for her. He's holding all the stuff.
Just into that.
Does she have a fetish, like a human fetish?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Or maybe he's just like subservient to her, and she likes
I mean, all husbands are.
Yeah, I think that's how it works, right?
Yes,
pretty sure. So Nada just smacks the shit out of both the cops. He grabs a gun from one of their bodies, and the other cop gets to his feet, and Nada just blows him away without like a moment's hesitation.
So anyway, I started blasting.
He did, didn't he?
He says, "You bastards die just like we do," and then he fucking blows the other cop away. Gets into the cop car, grabs the shotgun from there, and walks into a bank. I don't think he knows it's a bank. He just sort of backs into this random building to escape a cop car that's driving by. And he's suddenly in a bank holding a shotgun. And he's looking around, and half the people there are aliens, half of them humans. And he says the famous line. Who would like to say this?
You can say it.
You can say it, Simon.
"I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum."
Do you know what I like? Have you heard the Dick Kickham one?
Is this like a Ligma joke? What's happening?
No,
Are you setting
it's
me
some
up?
guy that's reading it out. Have you seen it?
It's like a Ligma joke. Shut up.
Is it? "I came here to kick bubblegum and chew ass."
And I'm all out of ass.
Something like
I
that,
love that.
That's what it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes me laugh every fucking time.
So Nada just opens fire on a bunch of people in the bank, just blows them away with his shotgun. Insane shit. He's just gone on a rampage. And there's a guy in a corner with his watch out, talking into it. And Nada says the line, "Mama don't like tattletales," as he's like reporting in. But before Nada can shoot him, he just disappears in a flash. Poof, he's gone.
I thought that was insane. I was like, where's he gone?
Pretty surprising. Cops arrive outside, and Nada just manages to slip out through the bank, through the back of the bank.
Somehow.
And no one's there. Oh, there is a mini flying saucer drone thing, and he blows that away. But then there's a cop, and he can see that it's a human with his sunglasses on. It's no alien. So he just tells him, "Get out of here, skedaddle, get out of here." And the cop just runs off with his tail between his legs. Which is a wise
most
move.
Cops do.
Oh my god. We then have maybe the weirdest scene of the movie. I'm not sure. Because without any context, it's insane. We see a woman making her way to her car in an underground parking lot. And she gets to a car, and then a man grabs her from behind, covers her mouth with his hand so she can't scream, and we see it's our hero. It's Nada, who's just about to kidnap a woman. Really weird. The woman is played by Meg Foster, the lady with the crazy, like, almost clear eyes.
They're terrifying, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so light blue. They're like luminous.
Did you know when he told the cop to run away? Did he say beat your feet?
What?
Maybe.
I didn't even hear that.
I didn't write that down because I didn't find that. Right, okay.
I wrote that down.
You like that one?
I like that.
You should have said beat your meat.
Beat your meat.
Beat your feet.
Go on, beat your meat.
So, our hero has kidnapped a woman. and just tells her to drive. And she's a human; she's not an alien. And Nada basically insists that she drives to her place. It's established that she's not married. And we see she lives in a really fancy house on the hills. The hills. We also see her gay neighbours just keeping an eye on her.
Her gaybers.
Yeah.
The open Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very I thought it was odd that, they were so keen-eyed, eagle-eyed on her pulling up. Like they couldn't even see her, if anyone was with her to begin with. So I just thought it was bizarre that they were so interested.
Nosy. People are just nosy.
Yeah, they look concerned though, which is what
they're right to be concerned. She's been kidnapped.
This was before they saw him.
Is this? I guess she's more hostage. Kidnapping wouldn't be driving to her house, right?
She's been taken hostage.
Yeah. Nada's been affected by the sunglasses. It's given him a bit of a headache. He says it's like when you're on a drug. You get the high, but then you also get the come down. He tries to explain things to Meg Foster. She is not very cooperative. She's kind of weird. She kind of wants to play along and humour him a bit, but she also stands her ground a bit. Which, given the situation, I can't really blame her for, but she is still a bitch.
Yeah.
She says she's thirsty. Because he sees her about to creep up on him because he almost passes out. She's like, "Oh, I'm thirsty." She grabs a bottle of wine and she tells Nada that she's Holly Thompson, the assistant program director of Cable 54. And Nada's excited about this. He rises to his feet. He says, "A TV station. They're sending some kind of signals out of TV sets." She just smashes him with the wine bottle and he goes flying out the window, rolls down the fucking hill. Oh my god. It happens so quickly.
Yeah, that actually really caught me off guard. Holy
Jesus.
fuck, bro. Not even a hesitation. Just does a 180 with a wine bottle, smashes him, and then because of LA, some of the fancy LA houses, just flies out the window and just rolls down the fucking hill. I thought death, really. I thought he'd just die.
She
does say later, "I thought you were dead," and he said, "So do I." So did I.
Yeah. I did like her house, though. I really liked the aesthetics. Very 80s looking.
She must make good money being assistant program director, unless, maybe she's getting money from someone else. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, weird.
Huh.
But she's, she's got, when he puts on the glasses, she's fine, right? She's all right.
Yeah.
She checks out.
He tried to convince her to put sunglasses on and she just thought he was an insane man because he sounds like an insane man.
No.
At this point, he's lost the sunglasses. They're lying on the ground in her house.
Oh, yeah, in the house on the glass.
So he's injured. The cops are on their way. And he's lost his sunglasses. He's sort of he's struggling a little bit. He's limping.
The phone call she makes to the cops is very, very calm considering what she's been through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just boiled
suspicious.
That. Very suspicious, but I did boil that down to her just being a boss lady, calm and collected, or a drunk. Yeah. Not much phases her, maybe.
Nada manages to get away. He passes out in a fucking alleyway somewhere. And then back at the building site, it's a whole new day, and Frank goes to get a nice little tiny cup of water. And Frank is there, hiding. He's like, "Psst, psst." Frank is just flabbergasted to see him. He asks him, "How many people did you kill?" And Nada responds with, "Not people." So the news is out about his rampage, which, it shouldn't be surprising. We see this face is all over the TV. as he walks around LA. But no one stops him. He manages to make his way back to the alleyway where he stored the sunglasses box. And the fucking trash can has been emptied. And the trash, what do they call it? What do they call it in America?
Compactors. The garbage compactor.
The garbage truck.
Yeah.
The garbage truck is just there. It's just there. So he manages to open the back up. He scrambles inside, and it's filled with like the cleanest, driest rubbish or trash I've ever seen in my life.
Just some cardboard.
I noticed
cardboard
that.
and paper.
And a bit tinsel.
I noticed that too. I was like, this is the cleanest rubbish I've ever seen.
It's so strange. He manages to find a box of sunglasses, and then the truck actually like lifts up the back to dump all the stuff on the ground. So he climbed in the back for no reason. He could have just waited, but he didn't know that was going to happen.
No.
So he has his little box of sunglasses. He's holding a pair in his hand. He's walking, and Frank's there. Frank is just there. He's bought him a week's pay that he throws on the floor. So that was a good favor. Frank, he managed to get money for him, even though he's like some sort of insane killer.
I did think that was so nice of him to do that. Yeah.
So Nada says, try these on. Put these on with the sunglasses. And he walks towards Frank, and Frank is, of course, on the defensive because this man is insane, and just punches him in the fucking face. And this starts the fight. The fight that lasts like 5 minutes.
Christ.
Amazing.
It's Booth's second favorite fight in cinema.
Yeah. I think it's fab.
They exchange a few blows, and Nada then says, "I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you." It's like you're already fighting. You're already fighting. Nada just wants his buddy to put on the damn sunglasses. Frank knocks Nada to his feet, but then helps him up, gives him a helping hand, and then immediately punches him in the face. Which is like, that's very ungentlemanly.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. It's the Australianisms coming out of me. You know when Australians go, yeah, nah, yeah, nah.
Australians say these things and they don't mean these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, literally.
Yeah.
So when G says no, she means yes.
Yeah, like my dad does. My dad does that to me all the time. I'd be on the phone and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, nah, nah, yeah, nah, nah." I'm like, "What is?" But I know he means yes.
Frank is almost about to crush the sunglasses under his foot. Nada manages to stop him. Frank tosses them away, and he's about to just walk away, but then Nada just rushes him when his back's turned, and it gets really brutal. They're both on the floor. Nada takes a lot of fucking like knees to his bollocks. It's pretty fucking brutal. There's no Queensberry rules at this stage of the fight. Nada manages to grab a plank of wood. Frank gets a bottle. Nada smashes the back window of a car and then apologizes. I think he realizes he's gone too far. So he throws the plank of wood down on the ground, and Frank smashes and then tosses away the remains of the bottle. They know to not try and actually murder each other.
Do you see is that a genuine Roddy Piper giggle, do you think? Because he giggles.
Oh, he does.
I don't know. He does
he?
laugh inappropriately several times in the film.
Do you think there's a bit of corpsing there?
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him because he's not like... Yeah, he's not great at acting, I would say. I know that's controversial.
How dare you?
Yeah, Nada does his weird little laugh, but the fight continues. Nada's got Frank in a hold, and he's yelling, "Put the glasses on! Put them on!" Frank breaks out of the hold, picks up Nada, and throws him to the ground.
That's the wrestling move. I put now they're wrestling. This was such overkill.
I don't really know all the names of the wrestling moves.
I know one
so
move.
Just got
pile driver, I think.
Yeah, we don't see a pile driver in this. No,
even
that's
though
what
that's a sex move
does. We what happens? Throws him to the ground. Nada briefly passes out. Frank grabs the sunglasses and like lays them on Nada's chest and says, "Fuck you." Frank kind of like rests with his back to Nada, like leaning against something, and that was a mistake because Nada just lifts up Frank and lifts him up like upside down and slams him to the ground, but not in a pile driver way. Because I think he would actually kill him if he did that on like concrete.
Yes, he would. Absolutely. Spine shattered.
Yeah. So at this point, Frank is defeated. Nada grabs the sunglasses, puts them on Frank's face, and for the first time, Frank sees fucking aliens. He sees aliens just like gawping at them down the alleyway. He sees the messages, and he also sees a bonus flying saucer that's just whizzing around.
I want to know what they look like without the glasses on, those saucers.
Helicopter.
Oh, well, like a huge helicopter, because they're quite small.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nada says the line, "Brother, life's a bitch, and she's back in heat."
Hey-o.
Which I alluded to with the introduction to G-Star Games at the top of the podcast.
That you did.
So Frank and Nada are both wearing their sunglasses, walking along the street. It's quite a slow walk because they are both quite injured and tired.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah. They rent a room in a guest house. They both look just completely knackered out. Frank looks over the city from the room. Nada warns Frank not to wear the glasses for too long because you'll get a headache.
When they enter the hotel place, Roddy closes his shirt pocket for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get that either.
No.
Like, I thought maybe he was going to, like, pay for it, or I don't know. Maybe there was something that was cut. Who knows?
Possibly.
But they're in the hotel room, and they need to come up with a plan. And they need to find other people who are aware of these aliens and find the people who made the sunglasses. So they need a lead. They need to figure out, but they don't actually do that. Instead, they get found. We do have the backstory of Nada revealing that he ran away from home when he was 13. He had an abusive father. His father held a razor to his neck and sawed it back and forth like he was cutting a tree.
Ooh.
But I guess he didn't, actually cut his son's neck. He was just making out like he was going to. Just fucking with him.
Want to know how I got these scars?
It was just, yeah.
Isn't that the story? Yeah, I mean, well, it's supposedly one of the stories that the Joker said in the middle of that fancy dinner, but you don't even believe it, right? Because that's the point.
I think he was just, riding a bike and fell on his face when he was,
Joker?
7. Yeah.
Damn, that's serious. Did he fall in a blender or something? Jesus.
Yeah, I think he did. We also get Nada saying the line, "There's going to be hell to pay because I ain't daddy's little boy no more."
He does say
doesn't
that.
quite land for me.
No.
I don't think he's calling himself daddy's little boy, or at least not now, but he was daddy's little boy. It feels weird. Feels
a little weird.
Anyway, they don't have to find the resistance and the people who made the sunglasses because Gilbert has managed to track them down somehow. He gives them an address for a meeting, and he says, "The world needs a wake-up call. We're gonna phone it in." These lines, I swear to God, these fucking lines in this film.
Like Schwarzenegger one-liners.
So they attend the anti-alien Rebel Alliance meeting thing. Nada and Frank are given special contact lenses that replace the sunglasses. Apparently these are better and they probably won't give you headaches and stuff. We see our bearded guy on a TV set who explains aliens are using global warming to like make the Earth more habitable for them or something. More like their home planet.
Right.
So there's that conspiracy theory. Gilbert explains aliens are using Earth like the West uses the Third World, like just draining it of its resources.
Ooh.
A little bit spicy.
Yeah, didn't catch that one, but
yeah. And it's also explained that aliens all wear these special watches that are two-way radios and have like a teleportation device built into them, but they don't know how it works.
Also, at this point of the movie, it's like an hour in, was like maybe less than half an hour to go. I noticed that obviously at the beginning it says John Carpenter did the music.
He usually does.
Yeah, but he's just one song, I think. I'm pretty sure it's just predominantly one song.
Honestly cannot remember the music at all.
It's
in
just
this film.
No, I can't.
One song.
No memory of it.
Impact in this one.
No, but I'm almost sure it is the same track. It's very Twin Peaksy in some points where obviously you've got like some people who have their certain theme songs, right? Like Laura's song and when what's his name?
The leitmotifs.
Yeah. So, but it was just, I'm pretty sure it was almost just one
light.
Song throughout. Leitmotif,
yes.
Wasn't a bad song, but I just noticed it was the same song.
Me and Booth can't even remember it, so that's how good that song was.
Yeah.
There's a whole fucking bunch of guns at this meeting, so Frank and Nada just fucking arm themselves with like a bunch of rifles and shit. People are just ready to kick off, ready to kick some alien ass, but Gilbert asks everyone to wait. They need to find the source of the signal and turn it off. Stop it.
Oh, I do remember it. It's like almost Western sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. I do. If you after this, go back and I'm pretty sure it's the song right at the beginning as well. So it's just that throughout the film.
Right, yeah. Just left no impression on me whatsoever.
No,
I'm usually
do you know, sometimes that's what you want for a film.
Yeah.
You don't the film itself was so well put together. It's not like with The Great Gatsby, I was like, well, that's fucking bullshit.
That's a good point, yeah. Where
that's fucking stupid, where it takes you completely out of it.
Yeah.
But it works, the music works perfectly for it. It's not super memorable because it's a soundtrack almost. It just fits. It's a soundtrack almost.
Yeah.
It is a soundtrack. It's like video game music. It's meant to accompany the rest of the experience. It's not meant to overshadow anything
You say
else.
that, but like Final Fantasy 14 has got some fucking bangers. My God.
Yeah.
Jesus
I only
Christ.
watched certain films for the Tangerine Dream soundtrack and the Vangelis and the...
That's,
Oh, Vangelis. Rest in peace.
There are plenty of movies that I haven't watched or don't really like, and I love the soundtracks. Basically anything by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, amazing.
Oh, Trent Reznor. Isn't that the guy...
9 Inch Nails?
Yeah.
Reznor. I think he did...
He wants to fuck us like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to feel us from the inside.
He did the soundtrack for the Watchmen TV show.
Right.
Which
I've heard that one.
It's Watchmen. It's based on the movie Watchmen, but they made a TV show. Oh.
Yeah. I just haven't watched it.
It was all right. Nothing like crazy. But yeah, I remember the soundtrack to that being pretty damn good. That's why his name stuck out so much.
I really like the soundtrack to The Social Network.
That does have a good soundtrack.
Banging.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
I wouldn't say that was a good film, though. But
I know a lot of people who really like that film, funnily enough. I don't think it's a bad film. I think it's okay.
I just love how damning it is. Like, yeah. How
it is.
sad and pathetic this man is.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a feel-good movie.
It is.
Right, so we're at this meeting, and who should walk in but Holly? It's Meg Foster, the woman that Nada held hostage. She informs everyone that the source isn't coming from her TV station. That was a fucking lie. So just so we know, it's not coming from her TV station. Apparently, she must have tried the sunglasses on when Nada left, realized aliens are real, and joined the resistance, right? That's the only explanation for why she's there.
That's a logical thing.
Right.
Yeah. Logical conclusion for Nada to make.
Yeah.
At this stage.
And she apologizes to Nada, and, she feels real bad about what she did. She, of course, she says that she thought he died. And she's interrupted when a massive fucking explosion tears apart the building. And suddenly there's loads of police, and they're opening fire, and people are fucking being murdered by them.
How did they know they were there?
I don't know! So many humans are just murdered, but Nada, Frank, and Holly managed to get away. Nada, we're not sure where Holly goes. She just kind of vanishes.
She does vanish. I did think it was because I think they were like this is the meeting, they're all talking, blah blah blah, the eye contacts, and then of course, I think they were talking about like the communists and stuff. So obviously
they were talking about trying to recruit people. They're like, if you look at our numbers, we clearly haven't recruited enough people. And I'm thinking, if the way that you're trying to recruit people is from a mad street preacher and someone hacking into TV stations and to give them headaches, you're not fucking doing it right.
Or going out and just beating the shit out of people and putting a pair of sunglasses on their face.
Well, he didn't know at the time. But, like, I think a good way of doing it would be handing out free sunglasses on the corners saying, hey, free sunglasses, protect your eyesight in this sunshine.
Oh my god, we need to put you in a position of authority when the aliens invade.
Thank you. I shall submit my resume.
That's a good point. You make a really solid point.
If any aliens are listening to the podcast, that was a joke.
If any aliens are listening to the podcast, take me with you.
What?
Hello.
You're going to have to leave the cats behind, though.
Oh, can't
the
they
cats
come?
are aliens, though.
They're totally
aliens.
aliens.
My god! The cats are aliens. That explains so much. That's why they're so fucking weird.
They are.
Feed me, father. Feed me. It's all the subliminal messaging in your house. It's like,
oh my god,
I'm hungry. Feed me.
I mean, if you look at a cat without hair, like bless them, like they're still cute and everything, but they do look like little aliens.
I love them.
Oh my god,
naked little wrinkly men.
They are.
Oh, little wrinkly boys.
So now that we know that cats are aliens, what are we going to do about it?
Nothing.
Okay.
I love them even
some
more.
Dreamies. Give some boys some dreamies.
Exactly. They deserve all the cheese treats they desire, I'm fine with that.
So the police just shooting the shit out of the place. Nada and Frank manage to get away. Nada is like an amazing shot, even though he's just shooting like a fucking lunatic with this rifle. He's managing to kill like dozens of these bad cops.
And only the baddies and none of the goodies.
Yeah.
Which is just very lucky.
He hasn't killed a single human being.
Not yet. Frank is fucking around with the watch because they're kind of like cornered. He drops it and a magical portal opens up. It's an emergency portal that's only open for 10 seconds. So they have to decide, are they going to go through it or are they going to get murdered by space alien cops? So they go through the portal, obviously. They are now somewhere under the city in a tunnel, which I guess they actually are. But there's a scene soon, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, we can hear the sounds of the city above them, right?
Right.
They sneak past a couple of aliens that are celebrating this attack, this massacre on the Resistance, and they turn a corner and they see a grand dining hall, which isn't actually filled with aliens. There are a few, but there's loads and loads of just human people sat there. This is a top secret meeting for the elite of humanity. These are the collaborators that have sold out humanity for apparently a 39% growth in their earnings this year.
Wow. That's so much money that they're going to have to give back in taxes.
Do you think these people pay taxes?
Oh, that's a good point.
And we also meet a former drifter guy that was at the camp.
Was he at the camp? Was he the one with... Because he has a very distinctive voice. I think is it one of the ones that was watching the TV at the beginning?
Maybe was. I'm not entirely sure who he was.
Yeah, I was a bit confused about who exactly he was, but it's clear that he knows them and they know him.
Yeah. He greets them warmly. He's dressed up all fancy in a tux. He doesn't look like a hobo no more.
A hobo no mo.
Hobo no mo. And he's decides to give them an impromptu tour of the facility. He shows them a fucking spaceport that has a view into space, like it's something out of Star Wars.
Is this the scene?
Sorry, Star Wars.
Yeah, despite them being under the city.
So I think because of the whole portal situation, they've probably some sort of portal interdimensional thing room.
Yeah,
they have a teleporter that they use.
So that's
what apparently only one person can use at a time.
Yeah.
But they have just this maybe it's a view screen or something of space.
Like in Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's a view screen. That's not a window.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people don't realise that.
Also, keep note of the fact that during the speech, the guy said, by the year 2025, so not only America will be controlled, but the whole planet. So that's soon.
So
and
2 years to sort that out.
Yeah, and I put that explains so many people's behavior in the world. Like, it makes so much sense. All this fucking bizarre behavior from people. The aliens are taking over.
That must be it. That must be it.
It has to be. There's no other explanation.
The hobo nomo. He's like, you couldn't. Well, it's good to see you, fellas. You could have dressed up for the occasion. Now that you can afford it.
He assumes that they are also collaborators and they've been paid off by the aliens.
They've also gotten very rich from this situation.
Yeah. Why they would pick a drifter to be a collaborator for them, I don't fucking know.
I think it's just that anybody that they can recruit to get other people recruited. It's like there's two sections of people trying to recruit one another. You got the Resistance, which is Sunglasses Gang. What's the cool gang in Pokemon with the Squirtles? I mean, I think it's just the Squirtle gang. It's them, because they got their sunglasses.
Yeah, they sound really cool. The Squirtle gang, yeah.
They're really cool. They've got sunglasses.
Cool,
and you can tell that the leader is the leader because he's got pointy sunglasses, not round sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then you've got these aliens, and if they recruit a hobo, he can go back out into the world and be like, so guys.
Recruit more hobos?
Yeah. Just recruit
I
people in general.
He was just a spy, and he was spying on them.
Right.
But then why he was so happy to see, like... Maybe he thought they were also spies.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Doesn't make sense. There's the well-dressed guy that greets them.
Yeah, the banquet.
The guy who gives them the tour.
Yeah, who is he?
We think he was one of the hobos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
So they know.
Make that connection.
No,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
very hard.
It's not great, is it? It doesn't quite work in the film.
No.
I'm going to be honest. He leads them to the room that's the source of the master signal. It's the Cable 54 fucking TV station. So, do you remember when Holly said It's not the source.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
But Nada doesn't listen to women, so he didn't pick that up.
True, that's a mood. Yeah.
He's still interested in where Holly has gotten to at this stage.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
He hasn't figured it out. He hasn't found, he thinks that she's been injured or captured or something.
Again, it doesn't really make sense when you think about it, does it?
No.
So Nada asks to be let into the studio where there's the newsreader aliens. But there's 2 alien guards, and they ask for ID cards. Frank and Nada just pull out guns and fucking blow them away. The Drifter is obviously a little bit disturbed by this, because he thought they were on his team. He tells them the signal goes off from the roof. It's transmitted from the roof of the station. And he says, it's just, it's just business. It's just... You know me, Indy, I'm a capitalist. He does that kind of line, and then he just teleports away. He's gone. Crazy. Frank drops a grenade to blow open a door, which feels a little bit over the top. Like, I don't think he needed to do that. Do you remember that? He just drops a grenade.
Well, I mean, he got the grenades in the secret meeting. There was a table full of ammunitions and arms, and there was grenades on the table. If you've picked up a bunch of grenades, you might as well bloody use them.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, you could just kick the door down.
You know when that meeting got raided, Frank uses Nada as a human shield at some point. He's holding onto him and shooting and using him. He's holding him in front of him and dragging him backwards, and Roddy Piper's just going with it. He don't care.
He's that easygoing. Insane shit. So they blow the door open, and Frank and Nada just open fire on like dozens of people that are in these rooms, these offices.
They are specifically avoiding the humans, though, I noticed.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
I mean, it'd be very easy for a stray bullet to just go into like
for sure.
tea lady.
Yeah. But like anytime
this is America, the coffee lady.
The coffee lady. Whenever they did come across a human, like in the corridor or whatever, they specifically, didn't shoot them. They were only gunning for the aliens.
Yeah.
Which I thought was bizarre.
Because they're all collaborating with the... Well, actually, do they even know? Probably not.
Surely. They absolutely they do at this point. Of course.
They're just office workers in the news station. They don't know.
In a secret underground bunker type tunnel?
Well, they've gone like upstairs now at this point. So these are just offices.
Right, okay. Oh, it just connects to the tunnels, I guess.
They keep making their way upstairs to get to the roof.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, because there was like a pregnant lady in the office as well. Oh my God.
What if the baby was an alien? Would he have just blown away them? Jeez. Nada is trying to find Holly even at this point. He's still trying to look for her. If there's a couple,
one's an alien and one's a human, do you think they just can't have babies?
Probably not. I want to say no.
Be unlikely, yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. I mean, you can't make love to a cat and then have.
Oh, can you not?
Can you not? Baby.
Can you? Why did you have?
I'm just adding that into my notes. Thank you, Simon.
Otherwise, cat girls would be real.
They are
cat
real.
Boys. They're real in anime. Alamo.
I love my Alamo.
Yeah. So they head upstairs. There's more alien guards that just get the fuck blown out of them. As G said, they do avoid killing humans when they can. I don't think they kill a single human on this journey up. The aliens kind of know where they're going because they have these human detector devices, which are fucking PKE meters from Ghostbusters.
Hog?
Very weird. But somehow they know where they're going and what floor they're on. The heroes manage to find Holly, who's just sort of like meandering around a corridor. And Nada, they get to the stairwell. Nada just races straight up to the roof. And before Frank can follow, Holly pulls out a gun. And we hear a gunshot as it cuts to Nada on the rooftop, who is oblivious to what just happened. Holly is a bad egg. Even though she ain't no alien, she just killed Frank.
Yeah, so I, at this point, was the only part where I went in my notes. It's weird they're not shooting humans, to be honest, and only the aliens. Maybe Holly is a spy. But this is the only part that I even, thought of that. So I don't know if you guys clocked on earlier. Or if this
clues were there. I have seen this before.
Yeah, we've seen. I've seen this quite a few times.
Okay,
so I knew, but it took a while probably for me to piece it all together. Anyway, it's only looking back that you can see the clues.
Yeah.
But I think it was well done. It's not obvious.
It's not super obvious. Yeah, I mean, but
it makes complete sense that she is
for sure
a collaborator.
Yeah, because in the beginning they tried to throw you through a loop by when he put the glasses on, she looked human, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, okay, she's fine. So don't suspect her.
On the rooftop, there is a giant, I say giant satellite dish. It's not really giant. It's quite big.
Big-ish. But it's a cable station, so...
Yeah. So, of course, he's got a dish like that. Nada gets his gun out, is about to shoot it, and he hears Holly calling out behind him, and she has a gun out pointing at him. She says, don't interfere, you can't win, and stuff like that. And then the helicopter rises up, so things are not looking good.
I like that. It's like this helicopter just rises up quite stealthily.
Yeah,
stealthily.
Yeah. Helicopters are super stealthy, as we know.
Yeah, they're quite loud, aren't they?
Yeah, you didn't hear it at all before, though, did you?
No.
Maybe it's because it's a flying saucer.
Oh.
Ooh.
Very clever.
So Nada's dropped his gun, but it's okay because he's got a secret gun up his sleeve. I don't know when he put that there.
No. Tiny gun as well, I realise.
Yeah. A Derringer? What are they called? Derringer? It's little, one-shot, often, guns.
What caliber is that, though?
2. I don't know what.
Has to be weak because that does a lot of damage when he shoots it. That thing goes up sparking and shit. So,
I mean, it is a movie as well. It's not an actual gun that he just shot Holly with.
So apparently it's a 41 caliber. Usually, typically, if it's a Derringer. But yeah.
I think they're very dangerous for the user. They can easily just explode. You lost a hand.
There's a lot of fire. I mean, it's a lot of power in one little...
That would have changed the ending if he just blew his hand off.
Yeah. But also symbolic. It's futile to fight back.
Oh. But it isn't. He shoots Holly, it turns around, he shoots the dish, the helicopter aliens shoot him. Nada flicks the bird very weakly at the helicopter. He's dead. He's done for. But the signal, more importantly, the signal's broken. And the aliens are revealed to the world. Not just on TV, but in real life. And we see several scenes of people going, oh my God, look, these people. Oh God. And we see the last scene of the movie.
There's funny.
A big-titted blonde lady is riding someone. She sees aliens on TV, and she looks down, and she sees that she's fucking an alien who says, hey, what's wrong, baby? And that's the end of the film.
My favorite line before that was at the TV station. He says, Gloria, you look like shit.
Yeah, I love that.
That's so good. But yeah, credits roll. The end.
Credits roll. G-Star Games, this was your pick. Would you like to summarize your final thoughts of They Live and also give it a rating?
I liked it. I thought the twists and turns along the way were very cool. It can be, got very action-packed at certain points. It was never really, boring to me. I never felt myself sort of getting bored at any point. Even though
there wasn't a scene of someone making coffee for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I liked it. I thought it's quite, quirky, and it's, special in the way that it tells the story. It's got a certain charm to it. And I can see why a lot of people do like this film. I think it's quite a likable film. And albeit the main actor's acting is a bit, at certain points, that's fine. Yeah. It doesn't really detract from anything for me. So I was bordering between a 6.5 and a 7, but I think I'm going to stick with 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
Games.
That's still a good score. It's not a bad score.
I agree. It's a good score.
For you, certainly. Yeah, certainly is a good score. Excellent. Sophie, do you want to go next?
Absolutely. I give this film a 9 out of 10.
Oh my god!
What?
It's a solid story, and it's a classic film, and it gets a bit flabby towards the end because it's just shooting at people, and other people shooting people, and they could have done a bit more with it, but I understand why it is the way it is, because it's a people like action film, action man. But I love Rowdy Roddy Piper and Angry Keith David. They work well together. It's got one of the best fight scenes. It's good. It's a laugh, isn't it? And there's a reason why it's a cult classic, considered among a lot of people.
Excellent. Oh my god, I can't believe 9 out of 10. Jesus Christ.
It seems like a boofy film. It
is.
Yeah.
It's very comforting to me in a way, because I've seen it so many times as well. It's just like, oh yeah. John Carpenter films are so comforting to me.
Agreed.
This is like the third highest rating you've given a film. We had 2 10s, right?
Is it the highest rated G-Star Games film?
I think it must be, because it's your 10s are Frankenhooker and An Evening with Beverly Loughlin. So
damn, Beverly Loughlin was a 10? Sheesh.
He's a great film.
I thought that was like a 8 or something from you.
Simon, what are your thoughts? Sorry, G.
That's all right.
Sophie, you can interrupt G as much as you want. I give you permission.
Fuck you.
Shut up, G.
It's a film in which very little really actually happens. It's a short running time, and the plot is barely enough for those 90 minutes. Also the acting is pretty bad. Rowdy Roddy Piper is not as charismatic as he thinks he is, I would like to say. The one-liners are funny. They are very, very corny, though. At least in the year 2023. Maybe at the time, no, they still would have been corny. As I said, this is probably my 8th favorite John Carpenter movie, so it's pretty low in the rankings for me. He's made a lot of really, really good films, though. I gave it 6 out of 10. It's an enjoyable watch, but it's what
did you give Extra? Sorry?
Extra. The thing is, Extra is fucking amazing. I don't think you understand. I gave it 8. I gave Extra... Did I give it 8?
I think you gave it like a fairly high-ish score.
I gave Extra 7 and I give this 6. And I fucking stand by that, honestly.
Okay.
I stand by that. It's a fine film. It's an enjoyable film. It's pretty light-hearted, but it has some social commentary. But, I mean, especially when I compare it to other John Carpenter movies, it's nowhere near, like, on the same tier as, like, Big Trouble in Little China or The Thing or Prince of Darkness.
God, I love The Thing.
It's not even close to those films for me. So that's probably why I'm harsher on it.
Maybe.
Sorry, John Carpenter, you've made much better films.
When you compare films to one another, then you find that your rating changes from your immediate thoughts of like, this film is great, oh, but it's not as good as these. Yeah. It's a very strange thing to try and figure out in your head, isn't it?
Yeah.
I agree.
But I literally did have to like go through his films and be like, no, this one's better, this is better, this is better, this is better, this is better, this is... So...
I do get it.
If he only made 2 better films than this, I probably would have given it like 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, maybe some people understand that. Some people are angry at me. I don't care.
It doesn't actually matter because I think your ratings, we've said this over and over again, they're just a means of just summarizing and having something extra to chat about.
And they're very personal and subjective.
They're very subjective, and I think that each of us has our own different way of rating things, but it's just for fun, so it doesn't really matter.
Agreed.
It's just for fun. Lighten up. Okay, so we brought up a little bit of trivia already as we've gone along. Especially the line, I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, I'm all out of bubblegum. Apparently, they say it was ad-libbed by Rowdy Roddy Piper, but that's not true. He'd written this line with a bunch of others in his notebook for things that he would say during his wrestling career. His little spars, his verbal spars. And he showed the notebook to John Carpenter, and they agreed that this one particular line was just chef's kiss, perfect for the film. So yeah, that's the story behind the famous line.
I did find a piece of trivia that I thought was interesting because I noticed it in the film when he was having a fight. When during that fight scene, I noticed he had a wedding ring on, and I thought,
yeah.
I thought that's weird. He hasn't obviously mentioned, a wife or a family or anything like that. So he was married at the time of filming, and
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper was married at the time of filming, refused to take his wedding band off, and that is why you can see his wedding ring on in several scenes.
Could he just put a plaster over it or something?
like in school.
Yeah.
Did you know that although he was Canadian, Piper was billed as coming from Glasgow and was known for his signature kilt and bagpipe entrance music?
What?
Yeah.
This was because of his Scottish heritage.
It's cringe as fuck. It's really
Piper
bad.
earned the nicknames Rowdy and Hot Rod by displaying his trademark, in inverted commas, Scottish short temper, spontaneity, and quick wit. So, he's not in any way Scottish.
Not really, no.
No.
I forgot about his Scottish thing and the fucking kilt. My God. It's bad. It's really bad. But
So apparently, Roddy Piper's character's name was never sort of named or referenced in the film, but obviously he's referenced as Nada in the credits, which is supposedly a reference to George Nada in Ray Faraday Nelson's short story 8 o'clock in the morning, from which the film was adapted.
there we go.
There you go. I thought I did that thing in movies sometimes where I don't listen if they've said the main character's name, because sometimes it's hard to sort of register characters' names.
It's often just said once.
Yeah,
and if you miss it, you never know what the fucking guy's called.
That's what I thought had happened. I'm like, oh, did I sort of space out for a moment? I didn't.
I thought that too. I was like, what? Wait, what?
I was like, what is this guy's name? What is his name? I had to literally look it up. So I could, instead of, in my notes, say his actual name and not just keep saying, the main protagonist or whatever.
I guess it's a famous trope of the nameless drifter coming into town.
Very true. That is very true.
Like a Western.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper credited John Carpenter and They Live with jump-starting the wrestler-turned-actor migration.
Ooh.
Canadian accent. I was the first wrestler ever in the history of wrestling to star in a major motion studio picture, that became #1 box office of the weekend. Oh my God, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. He says not one of them to this day has put out a quality picture like this, and not one of them has had a #1 hit like this. Which maybe at the time he said that.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we've got The Rock now.
Drain the Cock Johnson.
The Cock Johnson.
Is there any others? There's loads.
Dave Bautista is actually I've seen him in some good stuff. Like
he's actually an actor.
He is actually an actor. If you guys have ever seen the new Blade Runner film, which personally I love, he plays a very short role in that. But holy fuck,
which is ironic because he's tall.
He's a very tall man. Yeah, very big tall man. Very, very, very good acting in that one scene. Like, I was like, God damn, Dave Bautista can act. But he does tend to play, like, sort of silly. He's, what's that guy's name in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Heel. Oh, right. The Zaphod.
Beeblebrox.
Is that what you're on about?
No, he plays, what does he play in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
What did you think I said? No, I'm sorry. No, I was like, there's no way Booth saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
I was like, what?
Exactly.
Absolutely. I am on another planet right now.
She is. Bless her. We need to let her go because she's slipping away.
Andre the Giant did acting as well. He was fucking cool.
That's true. Yeah.
John Cena, apparently.
John Cena, yes. He does a lot of acting. That is true.
Hulk Hogan is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Mate, I watched him in Rocky
3?
Was it 3? I don't remember because there's too many Rocky films, but fuck.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot, but
Rocky 3.
I unironically love the Rocky films.
He played Thunderlips.
Yeah, he is. He's intense.
Thunderlips.
He's intense. He's a very big, tall man in that. And he just goes over the top, which obviously, wrestling. Any other interesting bits of triv?
Probably if I look at the actual trivia section on IMDb.
So apparently John Carpenter is very fascinated that the film opened at #1 at the box office. So even he was surprised.
Wow. This film turned out great.
Whoa. And apparently he brought real homeless folk into production for several scenes and smaller characters and gave them food as well as paychecks. How nice.
He's like the Mother Teresa of horror films.
Yeah.
He certainly is.
Well,
shall we move on to did it bomb?
I don't think it did it?
Because
no. It was #1.
Its budget was 3 million and it made...
His budget was 3?
3?
Just 3.
His budget was 3. His box office was 13 in North America.
Amazing.
No, I think that was... Oh, it is, because I've read worldwide, but I guess... What was the worldwide then?
I don't know.
Good.
That's why I said North America.
Yeah, it's not really doesn't really give that much information, which is bizarre. The opening
Roddy
weekend.
Piper's shirtless scenes raised a conspiracy theory that no one but Piper was aware of. The rumour was that you had taken my head and put it on someone else's body, says the actor. And people don't believe that's my body. What are you talking about? Asked Carpenter incredulously. Apparently, Piper was dogged at subsequent wrestling events by fans claiming the film had used computers to falsify his physique.
What?
In 1988?
That's ridiculous, says Carpenter.
There's a lot of these things taken from the DVD commentary. A good source of facts. If you want to learn more about this film, there is this link here. Of course, we always ask, would it make a good video game? Someone made an NES-style game where it starts off, you are nada, you're in the bank, you've got a shotgun, and you just start blowing people away.
The music on this, it's just a chiptune 8-bit version.
I thought it was worth sharing because it's fucking amazing.
It's really good. I'm doing it now.
Don't forget, you got to keep cocking your gun before you are able to fire.
How do you cock a gun again? I've forgotten.
A.
Oh.
A.
I died immediately.
Yeah, it's hard. It's real hard.
I've forgotten how to actually do things. I got a medal that says cheese dip though.
You got to be really close to the bad guys, and they will shoot you dead immediately.
Yeah.
I have an idea, maybe for like the Patreon people. We do a playthrough of one of the games that we've that potentially exists for one of the movies. Can
we play the Great Gatsby hidden object game?
That'd be cool. Find his the things that make him the Great Gatsby. That could be cool, yeah. I think. You know, one of us plays and the other two sort of commentates, or we can do a Parsec thing. And that could be a Patreon exclusive thing, maybe at a higher tier. Just an idea.
Certainly an idea.
He's not sold. No. Fuck's sake. All right, well, that is the trivia for John Carpenter's They Live. Somebody did do a
and the box office
and the
would it make a good video game?
It did get
even though we didn't actually discuss if it was a good video game.
It's got there was a faux video game treatment which I posted in our,
which is just a picture. It's just one image that someone made.
I know, but
That's
looks
what the article is.
Really cool though. It looks so cool, and it brings to life that it could have made a sort of decent video game. Looks like Streets of Rage a little bit, but with like guns.
Yeah, it's that kind of style.
Yeah, I like that style. It's cool.
Blowing cops away.
I think this looks really cool. I would have loved to have seen something like that. And look at all the little details. They live, we sleep, obey, consume. You've got like the old lady in her coat with the ghoul face.
Talking to her watch.
Talking to her watch. Exactly. That is sick.
It's like me now that I've got a smartwatch too. I can be like these guys now.
Oh!
Can it teleport you?
No, but it.
Take me to the chippy.
What's the low weather like?
It's currently 12 degrees and sunny there. Today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecast high of 12 and a low of 5.
Their watches can't do that.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
Except I put a reminder in to call the vets for Candice. Like I said, put a reminder in for me tomorrow at 1 o'clock to call the vets. And she just was like, I've put a reminder for today at 1 o'clock. And I was like, no! And I kept trying to do it. It just didn't fucking work.
Oh, you'll get the hang of it very soon.
Set a reminder to go to the vet tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I'll remind you tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Oh, it actually worked.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't even have to do that. I have to do it at 11 o'clock, so... Yeah, that's a bit fucking bollocks. I forgot.
Because when it goes off, you'll be like, oh, shit, I was supposed to... Oh, fuck. I'm supposed to be there right now.
Never mind.
Yep. Okay. Oh my god. The list of films. I need to just have a look at this.
I do have an amendation to my list, by the way.
Oh shit.
So, obviously, I did add Under the Silver Lake on there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's 2 hours and 19 minutes long, and I'm not sure that I can be fucking arsed. As much as I like the film, it's a long one. We know how hard that is to fucking get through sometimes. So, I'm thinking that I'm going to remove Under the Silver Lake and put something else. And
you're going to roll for it?
I might actually roll for it, yeah.
Roll to see what gets added to your list.
For the three options, instead of Under the Silver Lake, we've got well, I wanted 4 on there, but I'll save one for later. Blowout, which will be, I'm going to write this down.
The John Travolta one?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's really good.
Yeah, so Blowout. And then we've got Towering Inferno.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going to put Christine.
Yay!
Let me just check something a second.
Okay.
Are these all on streaming things?
I did double check. I did check last time I wrote this list, but... Towering Inferno 1974. Yeah, it's on.
Towering Inferno has a running time of 165 minutes.
Oh my god, no, we're not putting that one on. 2 hours 45 minutes.
It's almost 3 hours long, Sophie.
That's even longer. We're just going to get rid of the Towering Inferno and we're going to put the other one, which you're going to love even more. G-Star Games. Stop or my mom will shoot.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait, that sounds familiar. I've recognized
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah!
Right?
Yeah, okay, so... Dice roll. Okay.
The movie he was tricked to make.
1 or 2 is Blowout. 3 or 4 is Stop or my mom will shoot. 5 or 6 is Christine. It's a 2, it's Blowout. It gets added to my list.
Blowout. Fantastic. Oh, God. It's a good one. 1981. Brian De Palma. I'm a big fan of Brian De Palma. Oh, my God. Okay, excellent.
And
excellent
it's a thriller,
choice.
so, you know, it's mixing up the genres again.
Yeah. G? What are you going to replace They Live with?
So this was like spurred from a conversation from the other day. I'm going to put Coraline on my list.
Oh, interesting.
I think you said you hadn't seen it, right? Or you weren't...
I haven't seen it as well.
I think I've seen it.
Okay, so this is great. I think you both will probably like this film. It's a stop motion animation.
Yeah, I know quite a bit about it in the story and stuff. I just haven't actually seen it, so that'd be interesting.
Yay!
Excellent. Wonderful. Wunderbar.
All right, let's roll that dice. Have you made any changes, or you've got the same?
I think I'm good. Oh, we'll remind people what our lists are. I have In the Mouth of Madness, another John Carpenter film. Heathers, Johnny Mnemonic, Equilibrium, Krull, and Doom. G has Ocean's 11, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sea of Love, Alien, Shutter Island, and now Coraline. And Sophie has Labyrinth, The Hidden, Rufus, Blowout, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and Cemetery Man. Let's see what number on each of our lists it'll be to narrow it down. 4, which means Equilibrium or Alien or Blowout. Oh my god. Okay, a 1 or a 2 will be Equilibrium. A 3 or a 4 will be Alien. A 5 or a 6 will be Blowout. I swear to God, if this is G, I'm just gonna...
No, stop!
Fucking...
Oh.
It's a 1. It's a Simon pick. We're watching Equilibrium.
I was going to say, I'm locked out, right? Anyway, because I've had...
No, you're not. We watched Iron Sky, which is my pick.
Oh.
Then we watched They Live.
She's a Tory, so she thought it was her pick.
Okay.
I thought I had 2 in a row for some reason.
No, you didn't. Not this time. Not this bloody time.
Okay, no, because that's why I was like, stop. No, wait, I should be locked out of this. But that's fine. We got Equilibrium anyway, so... Yay!
Once again. Actually, you got more people clapping that time.
Christian Bale. You love Christian Bale, right?
I fucking love Christian Bale in movies. I think in real life he's a bit of a twat, but he can act.
I much prefer his brother, Hey.
Hey, Bale.
Hey, Bale. Hey.
I think Sean Bean's in it.
I much prefer his brother, Kidney.
Oh my god, why are you like this? It's
'Cause I'm not well.
Oh god. It's a great film. It's a great film. It's a 10 out of 10 for me already. And I'm sure I'm not going to regret putting it on the list. And it's going to be really awful.
I don't think I have ever seen Equilibrium. Which is surprising because it's a very sort of popular, highly rated mainstream film that
there have been comparisons to like 1984 and Fahrenheit 451, but with like kung fu with guns.
Yeah. I'm excited. I have genuinely been wanting to watch this for a while, but I just have never gotten around to it. So looking forward to it.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. I'm happy with that. Great. Okay. I guess that's the end of the pod for this week. Let's sign off, as we always do every week, with our song. Okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Will all
Thank you
acquaintance be
for listening
forgotten
to the YOMP podcast. Hope you had fun listening to us. I just wanted to see what would happen. I have regrets.
That's what I like about you, Simon. You're always experimenting.
Thank you.
Put your hand in a fire. Just want to see what would happen.
It hurts. It real hurts.
It really hurts.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hello, everyone. This is a very special shout out to all of our Giga Yompers. Thank you so much to those of you who have been supporting us at such a high tier. Thank you again, Anki and Luck. I'm a Robot, Scott5877, Sleepy DIJ, Lawrence Thibodeau, and Native Blood. You guys are absolute MVPs, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Catch you next time. Bye!